Well, a very warm welcome to this first edition of our Market Wrap. I'm Simon Pintado from the Buxton Real Estate Group. Today is an absolutely beautiful day. Let's give you a snapshot as to what has taken place in both the 3204 and the 3165 postcodes. Now, the Melbourne auction market in November 2025 shifted from somewhat of a frenetic energy in October to a much higher volume but slightly more tempered real estate market. Very characteristics of the spring selling season, and clearance rates remained solid but eased slightly compared to the exceptionally strong figures seen earlier in spring. Over November's 4 auction weekends, the Real Estate Institute of Victoria reported over 5,000 auctions, an average of about $12.50 per weekend, excluding obviously the lower volume on Melbourne Cup weekend. Now, the auction clearance rate averaged between 74 to 78%, confirming that the market remains in recovery, but lower than October's extremely high average. An estimated 3,800 to 4,200 properties sold across all methods, auction, before, after, and private sale throughout the month of November. The volume of properties selling before auction remained high, indicating that agents are definitely trying to put deals together and vendors are certainly motivated pre-Christmas to sell their homes. Now, while we will see the market start to slow down, a little bit of a downturn in stock levels throughout December and obviously through January, it is a seasonal period where most of you and most of us tend to spend time with family and friends. Now, the real estate market, I believe, in 2026 will start to pick up a little bit earlier than usual, with some of our campaigns starting early to mid-January, with our first round of auctions in 2026 to be the 7th of February. But let's give you a little bit of an insight into what the top 5 sales in both the 3204 and the 3165 postcodes were. Number 10, Wilson Street in Bentleigh, a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom home. Could either be redeveloped or potentially even a new home site, or with the forescope of wanting to do a renovation. That property was sitting on 581 square metres and sold for $2,050,000. Next was number 26 Gladwin Avenue in Bentleigh East, a McKinnon School Zone property, 648 square metres. That property will be knocked down and redeveloped into townhouses, and that property sold for $2.1 million. Next was number 18 Smith Street in Bentleigh, a corner block, 696 square metres. Again, another development site, showing some strength that the developers are certainly coming back to the market. And that property sold after auction for $2,322,000. Next was number 49 Bent Street in Bentleigh. That auction was incredible. 4 or 5 bidders fought it out for that property. It actually did back onto the train line, but again, another McKinnon School Zone property, a fully renovated 4-bed, 2-bathroom home on 574 square metres. Auction reserve $1.9 million and sold for $2,330,000. And last, but certainly not least, was number 29 Wright Street in Bentleigh, a 750 square metre block, not in the McKinnon School Zone. 5 bedrooms, all on one level, and that property sold after auction for $2,480,000. Now, if you are looking to lock in an auction for early next year in February, I would certainly recommend that you give me a call this side of Christmas. Our dates are starting to fill up. The 7th, the 14th, the 21st and the 28th of February. The 28th of February is earmarked to be another Super Saturday of auctions here in Melbourne. So my advice would be, if you can avoid that day, certainly avoid that day. In the meantime, hope you have a fantastic break with your family and friends, get some time to relax and rejuvenate, and I look forward to seeing you in 2026.